All right, y'all. Shit. Mm, okay, now that should be working. And the monitor's still on. All right. How are y'all doing today? Team, how are we feeling? How's the sound? Let me know how the sound is. Because we got the new microphone officially set up. So, yeah, as soon as I get some confirmation on that, we can go ahead and get started. But in the meantime, let me troubleshoot something. Thanks y'all for your patience. There's not a ton of people in right now, but that's kind of my fault because it's a full 15 minutes after I said I was going to be starting, so not the best. But mainly I'm concerned with, well, one, that you can hear me, and two, that the volume is loud enough, because I know that that has been a problem in the past. So, sounds good. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for being here. Is the volume okay? Should I turn the gain up on this boy? Seems loud enough? Nice. Does it sound better than usual? Because I think it should be. Hey Sasha, thanks for being here. How you doing? Tell me about what you guys have been watching. Because I would like to know. Mic is in the way. Me being able to see. Yeah, crisper. Nice. I'm glad. I'm glad it sounds better because this is an upgrade of sorts. Going pretty good. Snowed in and been watching movies all day. Exactly the same. That's also been my day, which is pretty cool. I like that. I think, sorry, I'm still trying to test out the placement here. I think right here, because I have to it's a balancing act of it being close enough so that it picks up the sound okay and not too much room noise. It needs to be out of the way of my monitors. It needs to be out of the way of my keyboard and my mouse. And I don't want it to block the shirt I'm wearing because I choose that on purpose, you know? So, watching Return of the King, we skipped the theater because of the snow, so we are watching it at home. Nice. I find your ability to watch a stream and a movie at the same time admirable. It's still two in the way. So I can't get both my hands on the keyboard. How about this? How are we doing here? It's two. This microphone is also like 3 times as big as my last one, so that is an issue in and of itself. Okay. Okay, this seems pretty okay. The cord is also just in the way, which is annoying. Um, King of multitasking. You must be, because that's impressive. Just a question for you. Has the sound gotten any any better or worse as I've been moving it around, or has it been the same? Because that's good information for me. Basically the same. Seems like the compression works well on it. Okay, good. That's good to know. Right now I'm kind of trying to troubleshoot why my sound just cuts out randomly. But you know, hopefully we'll get that sorted out eventually. Um, Sound good? Cool. Watched Haunted Tales, Red Sun Rising, The Cellar, Nightmare Sisters, and Night Train to Terror. I'm thinking of keeping it going with Sato Volume 2. That is a lot of Vinegar Syndrome. That sounds like a fun day. I've watched 2 movies today, and I wrote a review that I'm pretty proud of, and I ate food, so that's cool, right? I don't know. Sometimes, do you ever have the times where you're just like, what did I do today? And you can't come up with a list long enough that feels like it justifies how long you've been awake, and then you feel bad, and you're like, fuck, what did I, because like, I'm like, what did I do today? I wrote a review, I ate, and I watched 2 films. What else? What else? Like, that's my day, apparently. And it's been like, what, 9 hours? You know? I don't know. Every weekend, yeah. It is, yeah. Maybe here. The fucking microphone is just gonna bother me the whole time until I find a place that I really like and I get used to it. I think that's just gonna be what it is. Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Hopefully it just doesn't happen. Keep me informed if my sound cuts out. But we're gonna troubleshoot that after the stream, I think, because I'm not trying to just be doing tech shit the whole time, you know? Um, okay, so I have for today 3 commissioned reviews to do. One for Jeff, one for Steven, and one for Dustin. Jeff is the only one that's here so far, so that means you get to go first. But yeah, I yes, this is a new thing. If you are unfamiliar, basically, if you tip $20 or more, you can request that I review anything you want. And on next week's stream, I will do it. I'll review it. So it's totally up to you. I'll watch whatever you want and talk about it, and it'll be cool. Yeah, the fucking microphone is really bothering me. I don't know, man. It's just like, how about, no, this doesn't go lower is the problem with that. Okay. Because the pop filter is just kind of blocking a lot of my screen right now. Can you do them right? Yes, it will. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna fucking bother me. I mean, it really is so much bigger. Like, the last one was just... It's just this. Pop filter was on the thing. I didn't have an external pop filter. I didn't have this shock mount, or whatever it's called, right? It's like literally 3 times as big. But it's worth it to get that crisp sound. Plus the Blue Yeti can't handle any like loud noises. So like if I try to sing through that, it sounds terrible. So I can actually work on that with this thing. This is the exact same lighting setup as yesterday, and yet I feel like I'm much darker. If I move this around, does that do anything? Not really, is the thing. And then if I hit this, it's way too bright. So I don't know. Fixing lighting is something that will... Oh, is that why? I don't know. This probably isn't very entertaining. Sorry, y'all. I'm just out of sorts a bit. I don't generally stream 2 nights in a row. Let's see. If I got really bold with it, put it over here. Can you still hear me okay? Because I can't... I still can't read the chat if I do that. But if it's over here, I can kind of reach my microphone. It's just a little bit difficult. This might be the most sustainable solution. For right now, I don't know. It's the same volume. Okay, cool. In that instance, we're gonna leave it here for now because it was really super in my way at first. But okay, cool. It's just okay. It's gonna have to be in the way a little bit, I think. It's just how it's gonna be. Back up this microphone a bit. Thank you all for bearing with me. This is kind of a nightmare. I guess let's go ahead and get started. Let me pull up my Letterboxd. I'm looking at this banner that they have going on here. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. So, pop that over here. Nice. Okay. So, I'm just looking at this banner, this 2025 year in review thing. I think I can identify everybody here. This is Frankenstein, and then this is Hamnet, and then this is Marty Supreme. This is One Battle After Another. This is Weapons. And this is No Other Choice. Who is this in the middle? Help me out here. Help me out here. Who is that? I have to click on it. Oh boy. Who knows what's gonna happen? Oh, there's even more? Shit. Okay, we got Sinners. The Mexican biopic, I forget what it's called. Superman. Begonia. Oh, this is Sorry Baby with the cat. That's just a deeper cut than I was expecting. And then we have K-pop Demon Hunters. I think this is Weapons again. And then who is this? Who's the guy in the tracksuit? I don't know. I'm really just trying to find out who this guy is. Highest rated is Chainsaw Man. I mean, it was pretty good. And this one, I need to see this one. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, we figured it out. I have never even heard of this, to be completely honest with you. It's apparently pretty highly regarded. But, alright. Who is this in that lead? I don't know. Neja 2 was pretty good. Let's see, I've seen most of these. I haven't seen this one yet, or this one, or this one. So 7 out of 10. That's not bad. And then 1, 2, 3. So okay, so 13, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Although Sinners is better. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, so the top five rated horror are Sinners, Frankenstein, Bring Her Back, Ugly Stepsister, and Weapons. I've seen all of those. So that's cool. Highest rated romance. I need to see this one, but I saw Eternity. I need to see this, and I need to see this. Okay, so I'm fucking slacking on romance, and then sci-fi. I don't know what this is either. The Blue Trail. Oh, oh, this was one of the Brazilian films that was I think this was the one that they initially wanted to make their nomination for Best International Picture. Highest rated thriller. I think it was just an accident. And Secret Agent are better, to be honest. Actually, I think all of these movies are better, but I did still really like No Other Choice. In all the movies I've watched, only a handful have ever made me audibly say to myself, how did they do that? Or I've never seen that before in my life. Usually that happens once, maybe twice in a really good film, but with this one I lost count. I don't really know what you could be referring to be completely honest. Like there's some really cool like crane shots, but it feels like I'm pretty sure they're just crane shots, you know? So I'm like I'm not really seeing the confusion there. Oh, my phone buzzed and it's all the way behind me. Let me grab that. Ryan Disconnected is doing his watch along in 15 minutes. That's fucked up. I hope y'all have fun. Okay. Women directors. Out of the 50 highest rated narrative films, 12 women and gender expansive filmmakers took the director's chair, a welcome increase from last year's total of 8. Nice. And of the women directed ones, I've only seen 2. Although it's not my fault, I would see this if it had any distribution near me whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know what this is either. Dude, it's insane how many movies come out in a year. Like, I try so hard. I tried so hard to see everything this year, and I didn't even get close, you know? Highest rated directorial debut, Little Amelie or the character of Rain. I need to see that. And then Lesbian Space Princess kind of rules. Highest rated documentary, oh, of women directors. Okay. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't my favorite or anything. Too many movies, indeed. Feel like it would be impossible to see everything. Well, I learned that the hard way this year. I didn't mean like literally everything, but like anything notable, anything like big releases, you know, like theater stuff and this, that, and the other. Like I kind of had an idea I would see everything. Um, and clearly that was delusional because it was there's so many that come out in a year. Okay. Highest rated African film. Okay. Highest rated Asian film. Okay. European film. North American. Oceanian film? What country is Bring Her Back from? Oh, is it Australia, I guess? And that's what okay, sure. South American. Okay. Spotlight on Indonesian cinema. That's cool. Highest rated animation. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody else. I'm just chilling. Um how many did I see in theaters in 25? Let's find out. Let's find out together. In theaters, um tags, theater, diary, 113. Yeah, I saw 113. Pretty good. Feel like I could do better than that, but pretty good. Okay, considering that this isn't like my main job and I don't live in like a place that has like a crazy amount of um I don't know. I could say that it's yeah, thank you. I was gonna say that it is it's also the fact that I don't live in New York or LA, but like there was more than I could handle just in Richmond. Like when I tried to see everything, I couldn't do it. Um yeah, I started the year with The Damned, which I really liked actually. And then yeah, it's been a year in the movie theater, you know? The most I've ever done by far. You really have to make it a priority to see that many in theaters. Yeah, for sure. Like it's crazy. And then the last one I saw in theaters was Hamnet. We ended and began on a 7 out of 10. It's crazy. I barely had more than you and probably only got more because I went to a couple festivals. How many did you do, Ryan? Because I know that you would do like triple features on the weekends and stuff. And I have more. I don't have like a 9 to 5. Like I have a job, but I don't have a 9 to 5. So like I could like 129. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty close. I could like Tuesday is like discount day and also a day off that I have, so I could see a bunch on Tuesday and then like throughout the week I could go like in the morning or in the evening or whatever. So yeah. Did nothing near that, but we also don't have a great theater here. Yeah, yeah, that's true. My most in one day at the theater was 5 films in a row. I don't think I ever did more than 3. And it wasn't in a row either. I did like theater hopping. There were a few weekends or a few Tuesdays where I would like combine a few different theaters at different price points to kind of like get to the max on my movie pass or whatever. So it's the whole thing. Have to drive an hour or more to get to cool theaters to play cool shit. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I wish there were more festival films in the theater. I would go way more often. I wish we got more. You know, like we get a lot. I want to shout out Movie Land, Bowtie Cinemas. Shout out the Bird. Shout out all our micro cinemas. So like we're doing our best, but there's a few films this year that I have to see, and I can't make my list until I see them, or at least I can't publish it. I have my list going, and it's a living document at the moment. But like, I didn't get it. I didn't see Alpha, and I didn't see Resurrection. Those are like, and The Voice of Heinrich Job. Those are like the big ones where I missed them, and I didn't miss them. They didn't play here, so I didn't have a chance to see them. And I wish I was in a position to get like screeners or something, or see, the thing is, I was like, okay, well, this year I'll just have to go out and make a trip, you know, go to DC, go to wherever else that is showing it. Go to Alamo Draft House out in Charlottesville, something like that, you know. And just write it off on my taxes, you know. Write off the trip, you know. But I the thing is like I it's hard to tell which ones are gonna hit those cities and then we're gonna get in Richmond. Because I don't want to drive out to DC only for 2 weeks later it to play like 7 minutes from my house, you know. Um, but I don't know. Maybe it's worth it for like a few things just to like make the trip or whatever, you know. Once I can get more extra money, I want to see a lot more movies in the theater. I used to go all the time back in the day and I miss it. Um, I recommend Fandango Plus and Movie Pass or just AMC A-List and or Regal Unlimited. Those are the way to do it. Just I don't pay out of pocket for theater tickets anymore. Like I pay a flat rate pretty much every month. And Fandango Plus is maybe the best deal of any service that I use because you save on the fees every time. So it's $2 at least per ticket that you're saving every single time. Every time you every time you get for every 4 tickets you get a $5 coupon. Okay. And those stack, especially if you bring a friend, okay? And they also give you 2 free like tickets to anything you want when you sign up. And you get a $10 coupon every month. It literally pays for itself. Like if you go to the movies enough, like it literally pays for itself. So okay, you only have Cinemark. So okay, Movie Pass and Fandango Plus is your best friend for sure. For sure. I have not heard of Fandango Plus at all. What the fuck? That's crazy. Are you just doing AMC A-list and that's it? Because then you don't necessarily need it as much. But if you're going to theaters outside of AMC more than once a month, Fandango Plus fucking rules. Because if you take, your wife or whatever, your friend to the movies, you buy 2 tickets, you do that 2 times, you get a $5 coupon for a ticket, and then you get the $10 coupon once a month on top of that, and you save on all the fees. We've got Cinemark about 30 minutes from here, but I am driving 20 plus minutes just to get to AMC. Ryan, I'm guessing you don't have Regal. And then are there other theaters that are closer to you that you could use this scheme for? Telling you, Fandango Plus and Movie Pass. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also, no, maybe I shouldn't say this. I have a system to make it work the most for me, okay? But I'm not trying to fuck up the bag. We have closer theaters. Chain is B&B, supposedly the 5th largest chain in the US. No Regal. Okay. Yeah. So, if they got good shit over at B&B and you want to save a drive, you can use my schemes. But yeah. That's how I afford to see 113 films in the theater for $33 a month. Well, hold on. So 33 or 30 is what I pay for Movie Pass, and then 100 divided by 12 is 8. So for $38 about, I basically see whatever I want. I can't be giving up the secret, okay? If they catch on, okay, but fuck it up, It's not that crazy, but yeah, I'll DM you how I do this shit. It's not that insane. It's just like there's a method to it to maximize your Movie Pass as good as possible, And it's not anything like crazy secret. You could probably figure it out with a little bit of ingenuity, but yeah. And it's been harder. At the start of the year, I was making out like a bandit, okay? And then they started cracking down a little bit, and now it's still better than paying out of pocket, but it's getting harder, A couple times this year I have considered just signing back up for Regal Unlimited, just so that I can see everything without having to worry about it. But I don't like it. I don't like Regal. The seats aren't comfortable. I don't like it. I applied for a part-time job at the local theater, free movies. That is another scheme that I could do. It reminds me of that episode of Sunny where they're trying to do schemes all the time, and somebody says, we're doing like a money for work scheme, yeah? That's what I'm doing by working at the trying to work at the theater. Gotta go watch Dead Presidents in my Discord watch along. Enjoy. You're the best. I appreciate that, Ryan. You're the best. Stay safe. Enjoy Dead Presidents. That feels apropos to our current moment. I've not seen it, but just based on the title, yeah. I have AMC A-List. I love it. I wish... The thing is, we have one AMC here in Richmond, and it is almost 30 minutes away. It's not like the best theater either. Like, it's not that much better than Regal. And they don't really play anything like super exclusive or anything like that. It's like it's just sort of the same stuff that Regal's playing. I am also lucky to have a Regal cinema here in town where they have so many fucking screens in that building that like they just seem to whoever does their booking is just kind of like, fuck it, get a couple of the weird shit in there and then throw it on one of the tiny screens, whatever, so if people will show up or they won't, you know. And that's kind of so between that and the more boutique movie theater here, we got some good stuff. And then there's also the second run theater too, and then the micro cinemas. That is to say, I have a bountiful supply of movies to watch, but there are a few like heavy hitters that I can't see yet, and I'm not gonna feel right making my list without seeing them. So it's kind of a whole thing. A lot of cosigns for Dead Presidents. Hoping Criterion puts that out. It feels like it might happen, right? There's a lot going for it. One AMC, they have recliner seats over here and they're super comfortable. I just hate that most AMC don't even calibrate their projectors. It's a trial and error process to find one that has. There's only two theaters in Richmond that have recliners at all, and the AMC is not one of them. A good setup. The worst one showed a movie that was almost entirely blue. That's crazy. They put the Blu-ray in there, I guess, right? Terrible joke. Are your micro cinemas in the city or outside of it in proximity? No, they're in the city. We've got this local leftist art collective that I don't know how this works, but they own a building with like a nice projector and stuff, and there's a few micro cinemas that will screen stuff in there. There's also stuff that people screen at the library and like at different like restaurants and stuff. Like there's places to go, and they're usually in the city. Shout out mac and cheese for life. I do love mac and cheese. Yeah, the thing is, I'm spoiled with the recliners at this point, in that they're actually good for like my sensory needs, and the fucking janky ass chairs at the Regal are just brutal. And so, you know, there's two places in Richmond that have recliners. I wish if fucking Regal went through and replaced all their seats. I don't think it's gonna happen because that's like an insane investment and they're kind of struggling. I would just get a Regal Unlimited and call it a day. Honestly, like then I could just go and hang out in the theater all day, and that would be my day, and it would be awesome. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm curious now, actually. Regal Cinemas revenue 2020. Do we have data for 2025 yet? Regal Cinemas has shown signs of a strong financial recovery following its restructuring. Forecasting, So like 3.6 billion in 2020 is what they anticipated anyway. I don't know. Like to actually upgrade all their seats, you're talking about like fully a third of their revenue, I feel like, you know? So I feel like that's not gonna happen. Okay. Let's keep going through this year in review thing. We have the top documentaries. Ocean with David Attenborough. Wait, hold on. Are they doing it? Are they doing it? Yeah, okay, they're doing it. What is their criteria? Their criterion, I guess, for a 2025 film. I'm curious because they're not using their own metrics, right? I mean, I know how I do it at this point, but like, how are they doing it? Anyway, highest rated directorial debut. Chainsaw Man yet again. Nice. Highest rated underseen film is Castration Movie 1. I need to see this shit. Underseen by what metric? Also 2024, technically. Okay, less than 5,000. Dude, it's so long, is the thing. Is that it's so long? Yeah, getting distribution for this seems like a nightmare. Um, well, wait a damn minute. How the fuck are they calling this a 2025 film? Is it premiered in 2024, right? We can ignore premieres, but it debuted digitally in the United States in 2024. And it's going to be debuting, what, again in the US in 2026? Or it already did? Okay, so all of this is the letters, the video store shit. Like, where are people putting this in their lists? Because this would be a 2024 movie to me, at least. Unless these aren't releases and they're just like, I don't know, man. Trying to figure out movie release dates gives me a headache because it feels like most people can't do it. we can't like agree on a system, you know? What does IMDb say? No one has seen it over here. IMDb's kind of a wasteland at this point. What is Frameline? Oh man. Okay. That didn't work. Oh, you're fine. Thanks for being here. How do you guys determine a film's release year? All right? Because nobody has the same answer, and I'm pretty sure I have mine locked in. But it bothers me when other people do it different ways. What is Frameline? Because according to this had its wide release in 2024. So that's when I would count it. But how is the digital release before the premiere? I could probably just DM this person and ask her what she thinks. Theatrical release, yes, but which theatrical release? Right? Because let's take a look at a different one. Okay. Just to pick a random one. All right, we have premiere, and we have theatrical, and then we have digital. Okay. So this has no US distribution yet. It's okay. I think most people agree not to count festivals, right? Because nobody that would be unreasonable to just assume that everybody could go to a festival every time, right? Um, but like this to me still doesn't have a release in the United States. I'm not gonna fly out to Brazil, or I guess I could use a VPN, but like culturally speaking, like it's not gonna count towards 2025, I don't think, right? Um, like it's gonna get a United States release in 2026, and everybody will be talking about it then, right? Let's try another one. Um, Short films are different. Um, Miniseries are different. TV movies are different. Let me go back up to the regular guys. Maybe this one or maybe this one. So this one's straightforward. Everything came out in 2025. What about this one? Yeah, everything is 2025. Let me try to find another 2024 one. How about this one? Sorry, y'all. I'm being hella autistic right now, so just bear with me. Okay, so here's this. The difference is theatrical limited versus just theatrical, right? Let's pretend, because it often is, that the theatrical limited was in 2024, and then the regular theatrical is in 2025, and then the digital is in 2025, right? And so like, let's say that this came out, I don't know, November 2024 in like 4 cities. You're not in one of those cities. And then it doesn't drop until like April of 2025, right? And then you can see it, and it's like a wide release digital, it's the whole thing, right? To me, I would still count that as 2024, and I would like make an effort to find it elsewhere, because that's like when it had its theatrical debut. You know, that's when it had a like real release outside of like just like a handful of premieres, right? Um so like theatrical limited is how I go for it, right? And so that's why it's bothering me that this is being counted for 2025 when by zero metrics does that make any sense, because it premiered in 24, okay, apparently at festivals and digitally, and then it's coming out digitally in 2026. So there's nowhere here, like it didn't get a theatrical release, so there's nowhere here for it to make sense for this to be 2025. So I'm like, Letterboxd, what are you doing? 2025 year in review. Doesn't make any sense. Does it say it at the top? Do they placate the people like me? Mm. I'm gonna fucking figure it out. It's 2024 for me. Me too, right? Original theatrical release. So if it's a European movie, European theatrical release. Really depends upon, really often depends on whether the nation of origin has a major in-country film distribution viewing method. And I feel like most of them don't, right? Unless I'm missing something. Um, I feel like until it is distributed in the States, there's not really a good way to watch it, especially not with like English subtitles, right? Um, so for me, as a person, right, who lives in time and space in the place that I do, right? Um, I can't fly out to fucking Brazil to see a movie, right? I can't like access their digital platforms, you know, unless I do it surreptitiously. But then again, it's probably still not going to have um English subtitles, and also I'm the only person that's going to be doing that. Like nobody else is going to be doing that. And then I'll be way too ahead of the discourse, and then culturally it's going to be seen as a 2026 movie. You know what I'm saying? Am I making any fucking sense? Like these these are the things that keep me up at night, okay? And have partially delayed my list so long. But I think I have nailed down a metric, okay? So I think that, okay, understanding that I am a human being that lives in the United States, I can only reasonably see things when they are released in the United States, right? And it works that way other places too. Like um the UK will have their year-end lists, and um they'll have it like a year after the States. And so I remember when um Poor Things was what, 2023, 2020, whatever it was, Poor Things was on like a bunch of UK best of lists the year after it came out here. And I remember being like, where have you been? Poor Things has been out. And then I was like, okay, I see what they're doing there. It's a little awkward when they're like behind the US, because unfortunately the US like behaves as though it's like the world, culturally speaking, right? So makes sense. It's like galley copies of books not being a release. I don't know what that means, to be completely honest. So in that case, I think it's whatever release date is relevant and coincides with where you live. I think that's fair. That would be fair. And maybe if I was a little bit less insane, I would be like, well, these films didn't play in Richmond. They didn't come out digitally, so they're not going to be on the list. But they're on everybody else's list. They're on all the like fucking real critics lists, you know? That's how I'm trying to get, you know? That's where I'm trying to be, right? So I'm like, I gotta find a way to make it happen. But if I can't, then I can't. It is what it is. And I probably wouldn't put it on the following year's list. I'd probably just say, look, couldn't get to it on account of geography, so it's just going to be in a discoveries list as opposed to a proper like year-end list, you know? If you view movie releases less like a product and more like an event, which the British model does, then it may be easier. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm Googling your last comment because I'm still not sure what it means and I want to figure it out. Yeah, I might be Googling a typo right now, but we'll see. Galley. Okay, it does seem like a real thing. Oh, a galley copy or galley proof is a pre-publication version of a book, essentially an early, often unbound draft sent to reviewers, booksellers, and industry professionals to generate buzz and allow for final corrections before the official release. It's like a test pressing for a record, too. Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's definitely how I view like festival screenings, you know? It's not reason, and that's why it bothers me when people who go to like Sundance or whatever else, Cannes or whatever, put those premieres on their like list, because it's like, you're the only fucking person that got to see it. You know, like it doesn't have distribution yet, so like I feel like you got to hold off until it does, and then you can put it on whichever year makes sense. I don't know. Maybe other people don't as much as I do. um okay, yes, Letterboxd is great, we know. We know. That's true. Makima is a famous cinephile, which was pretty cool. Okay, okay. This article is very Celeste phobic, and they're not telling me. They're not telling me their criteria for fucking movie releases. Whatever. Okay, we're an hour into this shit, so let's actually do what we came here to do. So, like I said at the beginning, we've got 3 reviews to do today. Steven, I didn't get to get to both of yours, but I did watch The Thin Man. All right, so we're gonna talk about that one, and we're gonna save the what was it, Return to the Thin Man or whatever. After the Thin Man, Return to the Thin Man. I'm thinking about it like it's a horror series. After the Thin Man next week, and if you wanted to add anything else for next week, I'll do that too. I don't know what my filters are, but I'm gonna remove it. Okay. So, Jeff, I promised that you would go first. So you're going first. The first one. In the film that is my entire new personality. I'm gonna be talking about Alucarda. I care about release dates for Magic cards like that, so I get it. I didn't even know that Magic cards had a release date. I mean, okay. Presumably they have a release date. I didn't realize that that was a thing that people would be like. I don't understand why that would be relevant. Like, do you rank them at the end, or do you like only are they considered not playable after a certain date or something like that? I don't know, but it's a whole thing. So it's probably a whole thing. um. Okay. We have Alucarda. I renewed my subscription for the Criterion channel just to watch this because for whatever reason, Plex was not letting me uh uh put subtitles on this shit. There were subtitles available and it just wouldn't let me add them. I didn't feel like getting up and adding it myself. So my fucking dumbass signed up for a whole year of the Criterion channel because they had a coupon promotion. And I've been meaning to re-sign up anyway. And maybe not the most ideal time to do it, but whatever. I had the money, so I was like, sure. We'll do a whole year of the Criterion channel. And then I was like, I thought I could get away with doing another free trial, and then I could like cancel if I changed my mind. But it wouldn't let me. It was like, hey bitch, you've had a free trial before, so sorry. So it didn't let me do the trial, but it let me keep the coupon. And at that point, I was just kind of like, well, all right, whatever. I feel like I'm committed now, so I'm just gonna do it. But I'm excited to have the Criterion channel back again because I really like it. It's the best streaming service. Like, I sometimes like to say that Tubi is the best one, just to be a little bit subversive, I guess. But at the end of the day, Tubi has ads. It doesn't have full HD, and it doesn't have special features. Nor does it have a curatorial aspect to it. Like, let's keep it a buck. The Criterion channel is the best streaming service, and it's not even close. So, like, there's that, right? And I guess they don't have like original, but they do. They do have original programming. It's just like scholarship instead of like slop, you know? It's like all the supplements on the Criterion releases themselves, and it's the yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. And it's the that's the Janus premieres too, because like that's their shit, right? So like, yeah, they got original content on there. Content, God, what a world we live in, where like some of the best art films of all time are accessible at our fingertips, and I'm calling them content. What a disaster for our media landscape, right? Anyway, Alucarda, la hija de las tinieblas? I don't know that word. Nosferatu, help me out. Tinieblas. I'm gonna look that up. I'm a fucking poser who picked a Spanish stage name and I don't speak Spanish. But look. It's not my fault. I didn't. Darkness. The daughter of darkness. That's hard. That's me. Look, my parents, okay, or my mom immigrated from Costa Rica, tried to teach me Spanish when I was younger, and said that I didn't want to learn. And I'm like, bitch, I was like 3. What do you mean? You can't pin that shit on me. You gotta stick with it. I have no agency at that point. I don't even have words at that point. Whatever. It's fine. Maybe one day I'll speak Spanish. It's I don't know if you know this. It's hard to learn a language as an adult. But okay. Anyway, glad you enjoyed this one. I've loved it for a long time. You know, I know that I've definitely gotten people telling me like, "Oh, you should watch this. You would really like it." And I've like been like, "Yeah, for sure." I just would rather wait for a Blu-ray release or whatever, and you know, I just didn't have a particular like catalyst to sit down and watch it. But like watching this shit, dude, I'm like, why isn't this being recommended? Why wasn't this recommended to me like every single day? Every time I was on the internet, somebody should have been like, "Hey, bitch, have you seen Alucarda yet? Because that would super be your shit. You'd really like it. It's exactly your aesthetic and the things you like all in one movie." Okay, we got to it eventually. You gotta save some bangers, right? So that you still have like great stuff to look forward to. Yeah, you have. And I want to give you credit, Jeff, because you have been trying to steer me right, okay? You've put You've done the right thing for me, okay? You tried. You had my best interest at heart, right? Um, but um, it was just you. I feel like it should have been like everybody. Should have been like, hey, this should. And I'm being facetious. At the end of the day, I tend to, um, I mean, shadows or darkness. Okay, daughter of the shadows. That sounds more correct because it's pluralized. So I'm gonna go with that. Daughter of the shadows. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Um the what was I talking about? Um oh, I'm being facetious because I'm famously terrible at actually watching people's recommendations, which is sort of the genesis of this, or it's like one of the reasons why I liked this idea so much is I can actually finally like prioritize people's recommendations in a way that makes sense for my brain because I just have so many things to be watching at all times. So yeah, actually let me text Dustin real quick, see if he wants to be here live. Bitch, that's so real. Yeah, it's crazy. Nosferatu. I'm guessing you grew up speaking Spanish and you didn't have to learn it as an adult. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. It's a struggle for sure. Yeah. Okay. They gave their souls to hell, but the devil wanted more. More than their souls. Wow. Greedy. Greedy. The devil is being problematic, okay? He's exploiting the labor of women. Okay. Okay. It's fucked up. A goal for 2026, let's all learn Spanish. I made the mistake of setting goals for myself last year and I had a mental breakdown on New Year's Eve. So I'm going to avoid too many resolution type behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Like let's uh let's keep that at bay for a bit, you know? Anyway, but I would like to. I've if someone could recommend a good like thing, like I don't think Duolingo worked for me really at all. It was probably better than nothing, but it just didn't do much for me. If there's a good like evidence-based affordable program that could actually get me to be speaking Spanish by this time next year, you know, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know if it exists. I've heard Babbel is pretty good, but I've heard that from ads. I don't know. Okay. A young girl's arrival at a convent after the death of her parents marks the beginning of a series of events that unleash an evil presence on the girl and her mysterious new friend, an enigmatic figure known as Alucarda. Demonic possession, Satan worship, and vampirism follows. Brother, you're listing all of my favorite things. This is a vampire movie. It's a witch hunting movie, and it's a Satan worship movie. Come on, man. Like, it's all of my favorite things in one. It's a nunsploitation vampire Satanism movie. Okay? Fucking skewering Catholicism, all right? It didn't like as you can see, it's a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 for me. So it didn't quite make that like perfect 10 on the first viewing, though things very rarely do. Like it's got to really impact me for me to give something a 10 on my first viewing. Um and you know, this I think I just had a couple qualms with the um maybe the story a little bit. Thematically, it feels like yes, we're talking about the failures and the cruelty and everything of religion. But you know, it's what am I trying to say? Okay, for movies like this, it's kind of baked in. I kind of assumed, I kind of assumed that like uh or I kind of assume, generally speaking, that these movies kind of have to pander to Christianity a little bit, right? Kind of like the way you get away with it, especially in very religious societies and in very puritanical sort of studio systems, is like, oh, we're showing all this Satan shit, but like, we're telling the audience that it's bad. We're just depicting it because it's bad, right? Like Jesus Christ of Nazareth will win in the end, right? The church will win in the end. Prayers will save the day, etc. Um, and So I was kind of expecting that a little bit, but this is not quite that. Like it's more subversive than that, but it's also not quite subversive enough to really stick to it. There's still a little bit of what feels like a placating to religion sort of ending to this. And I don't know, the doctor character, the like stand-in skeptic character bothered me a little bit, or at least the way he was written bothered me a little bit. Like I don't know. He just gets on board way too fast. He's just like, well, that's enough for me or whatever. I don't know. And like it feels like it's making the point that like it's being a bit of a centrist about religion versus skepticism and being like, well, they both have their problems, right? I just don't think that's true. I just think straightforwardly like one of those is correct, right? And so that like bothered me a tiny bit, just enough to not make it a full perfect 10 out of 10, but like come on. At the end of the day, this shit fucking whips. Like it's so good. Like the imagery in this is insane. It's so gorgeous. Like there's really nothing. I mean, there's a lot of movies like this, but there's nothing quite like it. There's nothing that really scratches that itch, hits that sweet spot quite like this does. I mean, the points of comparison are pretty evident, right? Like Poison for the Fairies feels like a big um obvious parallel to this, or obvious film that you could talk about for sure. And then The Devils, right? The Devils is kind of like the more like maybe intellectual version of this, and this is just the base like prurient version of it, which is also good, to be clear. I'm not saying that this is worse. It's like this is just, look, how do I've been dancing around it a little bit. Okay, this movie is really hot. Okay, it's really hot. Like it's as erotic to me as a lot of those like nunsploitation movies that like just fully do that, right? Um, it's so good. And like I don't know, Alucarda, like that's me. That's just me. She's just like me for real. I love her so much. um, okay, let me catch up on chat a little bit. I did. It's my first language, and even then, I still get made fun of by my parents and elders for not being fluent enough. See, you avoid the you avoid that by just not speaking it at all, and then you're just like, I can't even understand you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, oh well. The Mexican American struggle, too Mexican for the Americans, too American for the Mexicans. Yeah, that's just sort of the biracial, bicultural struggle in general, but I feel like it's probably especially true for Mexican Americans. Um, it's beautiful. Thoughts on the screaming? Just like in general in the movie, I think it's good. I like it. By the way, Sriracha, I think you're a little bit behind. That's not like a problem. Just letting you know in case you weren't sure or in case you didn't realize it. My favorite shot is when she gets all bloody out of the casket. I think that's probably the best shot in the movie. It's a strong. It's a tough competition between that and when the crucifix is lit on fire. That that genuinely gave me like a jolt of like excitement when I was like, oh, fuck, they're going there. Like that shit is hard. They've got this fucked up giant Jesus crucifix and they fucking set that bitch aflame. Crazy. It was so good. So like, and then like the final shot is pretty fucking amazing. Yeah, when the movie ends, it hits so hard because the silence is so loud. It's just so good. It is so good. Um, how do I talk about this without spoiling it entirely? Um, maybe I'll just say, hey, maybe mute this, look away, go do your dishes, or go to the bathroom, take a bathroom break if you don't want this to be spoiled. But somebody help me out. What happens to Alucarda at the end? It's not entirely clear to me why it is that she just like, you know, I guess they just had to end it somehow and they couldn't let her win, but like it's not clear to me why, like what happens. So that's another thing, is that I feel like the ending is also a little bit anticlimactic. Doesn't really feel like it's saying much at the end of it or something like that. But I don't know. It is what it is, right? My friend recommended this movie to me way back when in the early 2000s and said watch this at 4 a.m. and I did, and I loved it. Yeah. It's crazy to me that I've lived my life without this up until now. Vinegar Syndrome put out one of this dude's other movies, right? Yeah, this one, The Mansion of Madness. Pretty sure. And I really want to see it. But also, pretty sure there's a shot in this where they just like fucking, there's some animal cruelty in this that is like really rough. Like, don't they just like take a big turtle and like chuck him somewhere or something? I don't know. This just makes me really sad, and it upsets me that you would just like brutalize an animal for your movie. Like, I get it, it happens, but oh, I wasn't sharing my screen. Sorry. Anyway, you heard the title. It's all good. Um, and what else do I have to say about it? I don't know. I could see myself. It's short too, so like it's the type of thing that you could very easily just like watch all the time. Did this or Poison for the Fairies come out first? Let me see. Oh my god, this the scene, the orgy scene with the goat mask. Bro, that goat mask was so good. Oh, so Poison for the Fairies was influenced by this. I got confused and I thought that this came out earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a little bit more credit because Poison for the Fairies is definitely more subversive and definitely fucking goes there harder. Like, is more um unkind to Catholicism and Christianity than Alucarda was. But you know what? Alucarda had to do it first. Had to do it to him first, and that it also gets it's way more like overtly blasphemous too. So yeah. But the scene where they do the blood pact, fucking crazy. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I can't be getting sweaty over here on stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, look. I'm just saying. If ever there was a scene to recreate in the bedroom, you know? Shit. Have you seen Satanico Pandemonium? Probably not, but it's gonna go straight in the watch list. This looks hard. From Bride of Christ to Slave of Satan? Bro. Well, if you want me to review it, I'll review it next week. It's in my watch list for now. Titanica was awesome. Y'all are making me want to watch this. I got too much shit to watch. Fuck. Does this have a Blu-ray release somewhere, or is it like... Let me check my Plex. Let me check the Plex servers. It's not streaming anywhere, it looks like. I'll donate for you to watch it. Sick. Go for it. I would love that. Please do that. Please help me pay for my Criterion channel subscription that I probably shouldn't have just went ahead and signed up for. It is on Plex, so I can check this shit out. Have I seen The Collector? Oh, Mondo Macabra has it. Sick. Nice. Okay, well, I'll check it out on Plex. Have I seen The Collector and the Collection movies? I have not. If you want me to watch them, want me to review them, hit me up. Is a thing that can happen. Let me pull it up again. The Collector. It's been a thing. I think I wanted to watch these since they came out, like back in the day on Netflix. I would see this poster and I found it intriguing. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen this poster a lot. Who is this? No, but I want to check these out at some point, too. You can also still get Alucarda DVDs from Mondo. Okay, okay. Are there good features on that? Alucarda DVD Mondo Cabra. Yeah, it looks like they do still have it. Brand new transfer from the original negative? Well, hold on. Is that a lie? Are they lying? Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Ragnar. The Green Knight. Fuck yeah. Bro. I have it. So we're going to be popping in that 4K. It's going to be sick. So I've got After the Thin Man and the Green Knight so far for next week. So someone help me out. Help me out here. Did they lie? Did they lie about this? Okay, there's a couple featurettes. Oh, there's an interview with Guillermo del Toro. Excuse me. Yo, if I saw this out in the wild, I'd probably buy it. But, or you know what? I might just throw it. If I ever place an order here, I'll probably just throw it in there, you know? So why not? Saw Green Knight on your inventory list, and you're gonna love that shit. Yeah. People try to sell it as OOP. It's very much an accessible DVD. Yeah, I mean, it's 15 bucks on the website. Oh no. So the story is sad. Mondo had the film elements during the DVD release. Then they were about to send it to get it remastered in HD, and the people that were going to remaster it ended up losing. What do you mean they lost the elements? Dumped in the trash? Bro. So it's not that they're lost. It's that they were disposed of. Because that's worse. That's way worse. Fuck me, man. I wish there was a... You know, there are times... You know, there are times when fucking ice shoots a man in the face, and there are times when people throw out the elements to one of the best, most important films ever made. And it is times like these when I wish there was a hell for people to go to, you know? Accidentally disposed of? Okay, well, I don't know, man. I'm not, I don't know. You better have a good excuse. All right? We're going dumpster diving? Is that what's happening? Come on, man. There's got to be something. Some kind of, like, archival print. Yeah? Fuck. That's so... That makes me so mad. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to say about it is I'm just putting this out there in the universe. If you or someone you know is sitting on this and is like, oh, you all think that the elements are lost, but we have a Blu-ray release ready to go. If Vinegar Syndrome was putting this out on Black Friday or something, somebody, whoever's doing it, please hit me up to write an essay for it, because I'll do it. Please hit me up. It would be so sick. All right. Yeah, I'm excited to see Green Knight. All right, that's the first review. Done and done, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Mondo still has the rights to it. Well, Mondo Macabro, okay. Homeboy over there. Jared, right? Hit me up. We're friends on Facebook. Hit me up, please. Assuming that you are gonna upgrade it or whatever. I don't know, man. That genuinely upset me. I'm upset right now, honestly. Fuck, man. Anyway, okay. I think that's all I have to say about it. It's beautiful. I love it so much. Oh yeah, for sure. You can Venmo me or you can Zelle me. Yeah, please do that. That would be awesome. Thank you. I also don't have to claim it on my taxes if you do it that way. Um, yeah, send me. Yeah, let me. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Let me message you because yeah, that'd be chill, and then we'll run it back like Steven or with Steven's tip. Texting you right now. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be upset about it for the rest of my life now. Anyway, I do want to thank you again, Jeff, for commissioning this and getting me to watch this. Because it actually gave me some really good creative ideas that I'm gonna be utilizing, and that will be revealed when the time is right. But it's gonna be sick, and it's everything. The things that I've had in mind for this project are coalescing around this film. Okay, so yeah, that's that. All right, let's do the Thin Man next. I watched this Friday night, 2 nights ago. Yeah, with a friend of mine. They're really into like classic Hollywood films, and so am I. So when they come over, we like to watch them together. Now that I've given you a good movie, the next one, hit me with it. Hit me with the worst dog shit you can think of, and I'll review it. I'll do it. um, okay. Sharing my screen. The Thin Man, 1934, by our boy W.S. Van Dyke. We love dykes in this house on this stream. A fellow dyke. Let's go. A laugh tops every thrilling moment. A husband and wife detective team takes on the search for a missing inventor and almost get killed for their efforts. That's an interesting synopsis for it. Let's take a minute to appreciate this poster. Which, what is happening in this poster, actually? Is she sitting in a chair? I think I know what scene this is for. Okay, so she's on the couch, right? And he's taking the gun from her, and then his wife is like, "It's okay, you know." Okay, is that a challenge? It sure is. Go for it. Hit me with the worst shit you got. um. Okay, so this is like, what would you call this, a screwball comedy? I would. Um, about this detective, and I don't know. It's got a very convoluted like mystery plot at it at like the heart of it, but I think that that is like the core plot, right? But like I think that that's largely a MacGuffin, and like the film is very kind of less interested in the central mystery and much more interested in the relationship between the husband and wife, the guy, you know, hybrid detective screwball. Okay, yeah. Um, and so the mystery gets a little bit convoluted, but I think the parts that really make this memorable and make people love this are the dynamics between the characters involved, and particularly, yeah, Nick and Nora. Literally, their relationship is the whole movie. It's like the reason to watch it. It is delightful, and their dog, Asta. That's a good dog. Okay, in terms of movie dogs, I mean, are there bad movie dogs? But he's up there, right? Like good shit. And yeah, so I think maybe I was hoping for more from the detective aspect of it. Like I found that to be less interesting and have less of a payoff. Like it's not like a Knives Out moment where like the ending is like holy shit, you know? So I think maybe the more I watch these movies, the more I can be like, okay, we're just vibing with this couple. I gotta say, for 1934, the gender politics, the sexual politics feel pretty progressive. Um, Like, it's just nice to see a guy who likes and even loves his wife on screen. I swear, comedy for decades, like straight fucking heterosexual comedy, is just like wife bad jokes, top to bottom. Like, it's the one joke they've got. You get up on stage and you're like, so, the old ball and chain, am I right? And the crowd goes wild. And this just isn't that. It just isn't that. They like support each other. They love each other. They like riff off of each other. They make fun of each other. They like roast each other, and it's just like it's delightful and it's wholesome. And you know, I think more men, more men should watch this movie, and it would be awesome. Maybe this would fix men. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the male loneliness epidemic could be fixed with a marathon of the Thin Man films. You know? Um oh, you're so right. They are true equals, love each other, trust each other, but also give off huge. If this wasn't undercode, we would be poly energy. 100%. 100%. There's this great scene where like the main girl who's like hiring him is like distraught and he's like hugging her and like you know the wife walks in and it's a moment that in any other movie you think it would be like uh-oh, here come the hijinks, here come the part where people don't take 2 seconds to communicate and she thinks that he's cheating on her, but she just is just like, yeah, okay, what's going on here? And he's just like, you know how it is, and she's like, okay, cool. They're just so comfortable and secure, and like it was just great, you know, it was just great like to see this represented. The only thing the only thing that maybe didn't age quite as well is it feels like people are just punching each other all the time in these movies. In this movie, it's just like constant that they're just like punching each other. And there is one part where he just straight up punches her in the face, and it's like, oh, okay, all right. And like, you know, it's not like, how do I say this without sounding psychotic? It's not like in a why I oughta like abusive kind of way. It's like a let me like knock her out real quick so she doesn't have to see me like fucking murk this guy or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. It was actually unclear to me why he did it. If it was like a practical thing of like getting her out of the way of like the line of fire, or if it was like a yo, I'm about to do some hard shit and I don't want you to see it, you know. Not clear to me. But in any case, I really liked this. It's pretty dope. I actually wanted to read the Wikipedia for it, and I didn't have time to, so he knocked her out of the line of fire. Yeah, it's a weird moment. Yeah, that's I think weird is a good word for it. Like, it's not like, oh, this is a deal breaker. This is like a cancelable offense. It like ruins the movie or whatever. But it is kind of like a, okay, that's a bit strange. uh, like you could also push her, you know, it didn't do the same thing. But okay. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. Let me zoom in a bit here. Okay. Pre-code comedy mystery film. Oh, so it's pre-code, but it's still like that honestly explains why it's more like loosey goosey with stuff, because like they also do sleep in separate beds, which feels kind of weird, but that feels like a code like thing. But I don't know. I do still feel like you wouldn't be able to get away with some of this under the code. Like it's more chill, you know. Good news, the sequel focus hard on them, and the mystery is closer to an Agatha Christie with multiple legit suspects. Ooh, well, I'm excited to watch it. Oh, whoops. let me hit this. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff has requested. He said, "You asked for it. Axe him. We're doing it. We're axing him. We're gonna axe it. We're gonna axe it to him. Axe him. I hardly know him. We're doing it. It's supposed to be a weekend getaway until the horror began. A weekend retreat at a remote cabin in the woods. First, a group of childhood pals turns into a terrifying fight for survival as a former friend whose family was killed years earlier comes along looking for revenge. I mean, it sounds okay. It doesn't sound terrible. We got straight ones, and then Jeff with the 10. Man, Erica fucking hated this. Erica does not fuck with this. Michael Mifumi. Well, that's a one and done, huh? All right. Okay. Okay. Let me see where I can access this. I'm excited. I'm excited. I got a lot of good movies this week, so, you know, I appreciate that you've indulged in some sadism. It's encouraged, you know? It's all good. I'm checking my Plex. Okay. Because I don't think it's streaming anywhere. Axum. Oh, it's not on here. Okay, I'll have to, yeah, no streaming service is associating with this or fucking with it. Is it on YouTube? I bet it's on YouTube. If not, I can download it. Damn. Good for you, bro. Okay. Axum. The worst horror film ever made. It does appear to be on YouTube, but according to Erica, the audio is really bad. So I might have to download it so I can get subtitles. I can supply you with a VHS tape. I don't think the VHS tape is gonna have subtitles either. I'll figure it out. I'll get it situated. All right. Okay. The film's screenplay was written by Albert Hackett and Frances Goodrich, a married couple. In 1934, the film was nominated for Best Picture. The eponymous Thin Man is not Nick Charles, but the man Charles is initially hired to find, Clyde Wynant. In the original novel, Charles is described as being overweight and out of shape. The trim, William Powell, was cast for the films, leading many viewers to believe it was referred to Nick Charles, and it was subsequently used in the titles of sequence as if referring to Charles. I think that's very funny. It's like, oh, I'm sure the audio is bad no matter what, but as long as I have subtitles, I can at least follow what's going on, you know? So I think it's funny that, like, the Thin Man was in reference to a very specific guy, but everybody was just like, well, it's that guy, and they were like, sure, it is now. It's, what was I trying to say? Oh, for the first, like, oh, it's like the Pink Panther. Interesting. Okay. The Pink Panther is the pink cartoon panther, though, right? It's the what am I trying to say? Fuck. Oh, the first like 20 minutes I was watching this or whatever. Actually, until the film finished, to be completely honest with you. I was like who's the Thin Man? Cuz like her the daughter, she like pulls up her new fiance, and he's pretty tall and he's pretty thin, so I'm like, that's the Thin Man. And then Homeboy showed up and I'm like, no, that's the Thin Man. And I was like, maybe the original guy was the Thin Man. Who the fuck is the Thin Man? These are all thin men, you know? Is it streaming anywhere? I think so. Back it up. It is on Tubi. Oh, okay. The Pink Panther is the gem stolen in the first Pink Panther film, not the Peter Sellers character. That's right. I've never actually seen any of the live action films. I'm a big fan of the cartoon, though. It's on Tubi. Yeah. And also Fandango at home. So, enjoy. But it is on a Warner Archive Blu-ray, which looks really good. And there's an episode of the TV series on it, which I meant to check out. I'll do that for next week. Okay, we can skip the plot. Film is based on the novel. Da, 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 da. Okay. Skippy played Asta the dog. Skippy was subsequently cast in two screwball comedy classics, The Awful Truth and Bringing Up Baby, two fucking bulletproof classics. Shout out Skippy. All right, the MVP, the fucking method actor extraordinaire. Okay. um, Nick and Nora were the first on-screen Hollywood couple for whom matrimony did not signal the end of sex, romance, and adventure, says film historian Andrew Saris. Yeah, it's really refreshing, you know? Um, okay, reading the Wikipedia on stream is not as exciting as I thought it would be in my head. So we are also coming up on 2 hours. So let's maybe not do that. And then, yes. Oh, cute. I need to see this. But that's cute. I like that. The Spare Man is a sci-fi take, but set in space. Well, that sounds fun. um, the trailer is on here. That's fun. Nominated 4 times. What can you do? Oh, it didn't make it past the 2007 edition of the 100 Years, 100 Movies. 100 movie quotes. I read Reader shot 5 times in the tabloids. It's not true. He didn't come anywhere near my tabloids. That's kind of funny. 5 sequels. I mean, it's crazy. Well, I'm excited to go through them all eventually. That's a good promo image. I would hang that in my house for sure. Anyway, it's nice to get an excuse to watch classic Hollywood because I don't always have that. You know, I'm really generally focused on genre and stuff, which I love. To be clear, it is there's the thing that I like talking about the most, which is why I do it all the time. But I do have a soft spot. I do have a real love for classic Hollywood, and it's always nice to dip back into that well. Whoa, yo, Nosferatu. What do you want me to watch? I'll fucking run my good boy Godzilla 3 times. 3 times. I'll fucking do it. 3 Rex. I appreciate it. Let's go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah. Homeboy Nosferatu hit me with $60. So he gets 3 movies. Whatever you want. I assume one of them is a Satanico Pandemonium, but you know, it doesn't have to be. Fuck yeah, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Y'all are running it up, and I appreciate it a lot. No pressure to finish them in a week. Get to them when you get to them at your convenience. No pressure at all. I will do my best because I want to keep it. I want to like. I need more discipline in my movie watching. You know, that sounds a little silly to like probably normal people, but like when watching movies is your job, it's like really easy to just like start staring at your phone and get distracted, and then you gotta eat, and then you gotta use the bathroom, and then you gotta feed the cats. It's just like a whole thing. And then by the time you know it, it's been a year, not a year, an hour, and you have had the fucking thing paused, and now you don't have time for a second one, and it's a whole thing. I need to be better about like, I'm hitting play, putting the fucking phone down, okay? I'm watching this shit, all right? And I'm like getting through stuff, you know, in like a timely manner. That's why the theater is so nice, because I have to because I have to put my phone away. I have to focus, you know? It's a lot of fun. I like it. This is fun. It's a fun thing to pay for and get your thoughts on stuff you haven't heard of. Thank you. Shout out Steven. This was his idea. I think it's a good one. And it's been pretty successful so far, so I appreciate it a lot. And I appreciate you guys' support. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Satanico Pandemonium, the crazy ass episode I subtitled from Casos de la Vida Real on my YouTube. Okay. And La Tia Alejandra, which I subtitled as well on my YouTube. Sick. One of those is a TV episode. Yeah, I'm getting off fucking scot free. Unless you give me a freebie on this one. Also, they're rough subs and have quite a few mistakes, but I think you can still understand the movie for the most part. I will revise them in the future and correct some of them. I mean, it's better than nothing. Like we were going off of nothing initially, right? Um, Tia Alejandro was a delight. Thank you for subtitling. Yeah, thank you for yo. You're like doing the Lord's work or the devil's work, whatever you want to say. Like subtitling this shit, it's fucking cool. By the way, I'm still holding you to it. You gotta email Vinegar Syndrome so that they can put out a replacement disc for that thing, you know? Maybe they won't at this point, but it would be good to at least let them know, you know? Last one. And then I think I still will try to catch up on my diary. I don't think it's too many things. Yeah, it's not too bad. If I can remember what movies I talked about. Help me out. Did we review Is This Thing On already? Did I talk about that one already? I feel like I did, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, then we did Willow. Yeah, so there's a few. There's actually a decent amount. I've been watching a lot of new movies lately. I did. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Last one, which is going to double up as a new movie review. This one was commissioned by our friend Dustin Putman, who will, I imagine, catch this on the replay. He's probably at a play or something. Oh, he just messaged me. Okay, well, maybe he'll make it. I believe in you. I was going to say, he's probably at a play or at the movies or something, but, you know. Oh, okay, he can't make it. That's all good. Quick shout out to Converge for this post right here. The fucking goated metalcore band, honestly. Nice. All right. Yep, you got this. I believe in you. All right. He said I'll watch the replay, so I'm good to go. Let's talk about Young Hearts. Again, here's one. Look at the releases. Okay. Debuted a bunch of times. Had a limited theatrical run in March. And then that's it. I guess it had a digital release somewhere at some point here, but I don't see it. But in any case, yes, 2025 film, in my opinion. Okay. This is also a Dutch film. Directed by Anthony Schataman. Doing my best. Fuck ICE. Fuck ICE. Fuck the blue line. Fuck every cop. Fuck every ICE agent. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck this whole administration. Fuck all of it. That's my take. All right. All right. Last one. 14-year-old Elias increasingly feels like an outsider in his village. When he meets his new neighbor of the same age, Alexander, Elias is confronted with his burgeoning sexuality. So this is a queer coming-of-age film, okay? And it's fairly straightforward, but there are a lot of things about it that I want to point out that I think make this film really special and really worth championing and releasing and watching. I mean, clearly the people who've seen it love it. This is the cutest movie I've seen in a long time. It's so endearing. It's so cute. It's so sweet. I loved it a lot. The main thing that I don't like about it, and this is just going to be me being annoying, annoying fucking movie person or whatever, I can't stand the way that this thing is shot. I can't stand the cinematography, the way that it looks. Every single goddamn shot in the movie is a fucking uh what is the word? What is the word? Shallow focus, okay? Where like the person in frame is in focus and then everything else is blurry. I think that that's a good tool in your tool belt. When every single shot looks like that, it drives me crazy. I can't stand it. I'm like, please, please shoot the goddamn movie in focus. Like, let me see what is on the screen, please and thank you. Again, like for emotional emphasis, for different things. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a cinematographer. I don't know a ton about cinematography. I know I like it when I see it. I can kind of analyze it, but I'm not like in too deep in terms of like what I know about this sort of stuff. Um, but yeah, I just and there was also some shots that were just felt like sloppy, like they were just like fucking waving the camera around or something, and I wasn't super into that. So that it kept bothering me. Um, Sounds like me and how new movies are lit. I mean, it is a problem with new movies where the lighting, the color grading, and the cinematography are very like Netflixified or very Netflix coded. Where like, um, you know, everything's in shallow focus, everything's dim as shit, and the colors are washed out. Like, come on. I'm part of the problem. Here I am being a goddamn influencer or whatever when I should be picking up a goddamn some lights. Or I need to be a gaffer. This is what we need, right? Anyway, um, I'm part of the problem here. Look how dark my shit is. Oh hey, Dustin. I thought I didn't know you were gonna make it, but glad to see you. I was just getting my complaining out of the way of the only thing about this movie that I didn't like, which was the cinematography. I'm just not a fan of the constant shallow focus. I want to see what is in your frame. Like we're dealing with a lot of beautiful scenery, and like I just feel like the cinematography was a little bit, when it wasn't actively irritating me, it was a little bit boring. But that's all in terms of my critiques. In terms of my praise, I have a lot of it. Um, okay, Lou Goosens and Marius de Sager. I'm gonna say those names as best as I can, right? The two young leads, man, they are so good. They're so good, like doing their respective parts so well and playing off of each other so well. Shallow focus sucks. Like, what happened to appreciating set design? I'm glad it's not just me. I just can't stand it. Like, and again, it doesn't have to be, the whole film doesn't have to be in deep focus. Like, you can have shots that are more intimate where like it was like there are scenes in the film where I'm like, this makes sense. He feels alone right now. He feels completely out of, like, the world around him is a blur, right? He's just so locked in on his emotions that like this monologue makes sense to have in shallow focus. But there were so many shots where I was just like, oh my god, please, please have your shot in focus. I think it was like that to emulate childhood memories coming in and out of focus. That's what I took from it. That's a valid interpretation, I think. I think maybe I don't know, because I didn't really see this as being a film about memory per se. It feels like it's very much occupying the present. You know what I mean? Like it does feel like it's very much like in the present moment, right? Um, and so it felt a little bit jarring or disorienting or frustrating. But okay, let's the funniest part about this movie to me. So like this kid, his dad. Okay, I gotta bounce 5 a.m. comes early. Have a good night. Good luck with Axum. You're gonna need it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you next week. Um, have fun at work. Wait, are you working? Is it not like fucking goddamn like snowed to shit over there? Be safe, please. Um, okay. Look, everybody be safe, okay? I care about you all in this community here, okay? We're all doing the thing here, right? Um, but yeah, let's um yeah, good night, Jeff. Yeah, where I work out like 12 inches. Okay, well, like how can you drive like that? That's crazy. Whatever. Fucking capitalism is the worst, dude. Anyway, I hope you stay safe. But that doesn't matter. Gotta work. I guess. Shit, man. Anyway, so like the main character, the kid, his dad, like is a musician or like became a musician or whatever. But he gets like one hit. He gets his like 15 minutes of fame moment in the sun, and he's singing this song. He's performing this song constantly throughout the movie. He's just like singing it to friends, just apropos nothing. He's like bringing it up constantly. His whole life is like this one track that he's dropped, and it's terrible. It's a bad song. It's not good. It's it's very amusing to watch everybody act like this is like the fucking banger of the summer, and it's just not a good song at all. Um, but you know, shit. Like that's the funny part to me. But like this film by and large is pretty like, you know, it's a drama, and it's just very sweet. It's not very funny, but it's very sweet. Um yeah, it's a pretty straightforward narrative. But the thing about it that really resonated with me is like it's just nice to see a film about young queer people that isn't just about like horrific trauma, you know? Like some people say that and I'm just kind of like, you know, but being queer is kind of traumatic. So like I think it's important to like show that, you know, so that like people understand this shit and we can maybe get a crumb of fucking empathy going around, right? Um but man, was it nice to just watch a movie like that has like regular stakes where the stakes aren't like hate crimes and fucking murder and like suicide and all this stuff. It's just like kid stuff, you know? It's just like being a fucking high schooler. It's the worst. Like you're like fucking upset all the time, you know? And like it's just brutal, you know? And like everything feels like a catastrophe and it's just like taking that stuff seriously and it's just really nice. Um and yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really great. And there is conflict in the movie. Like there is stuff that happens that it's not like happy the whole way through, but like, you know, neither are like heterosexual romance movies, right? And it is what it is. Like um that part doesn't bother me as much. Um in fact, it's good. It's good to have like nuance and conflict in your movie, right? But like um hold on, let me check this real quick. Yeah. Okay. Um But yeah, I don't know. Part of me was also just kind of, I don't know, sad. It felt some sadness watching this film because it I don't know, I felt a lot of grief watching this. Sort of yeah, the last scene broke my heart and then put it back together again within like 5 minutes. It's so beautiful to see his family react the way they do. Yeah. So like this is the part where I'm gonna try not to cry. Try to be like normal and chill. But I watched this and I just really felt like a wave of grief, kind of like mourning the like queer youth that I never got to have, you know, like I spent my whole youth like trying to figure out who I was and like trying to fit a mold that didn't fit and like I didn't realize these things about me until I was like an adult. And, like if I had a supportive environment, if I had the language to articulate what I was and like I had people around me that I could explore that with, like it's crazy to think how different my life would be, you know, and like what that experience would have been like instead of just like constant awful shit constantly, you know. And like to see like a family that's supportive, you know, it was nice, but it would also make me sad, you know. I will say credit where it's due. My younger brother is gay, and when he came out, my parents were pretty good about it. My family, generally speaking, was pretty good about it. Continues to be pretty good about it. So this movie made me think about him, and it did make me happy to see like some representation for his experience too. You know, it made me sad that it's not the experience that I had, but it made me happy that he got to have it at least. You know, and that young queer people will have this movie in the world to watch and look at, and you know, understand that things can be okay. Have some kind of frame of reference for who they may be, you know? It's like the happy ending version of Close from a couple years ago. As much as I love that movie, it was devastating. Well, let me look it up because I feel like I know how it ends. Let me look it up. I think I saw a trailer for this. It's probably best to know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did see a trailer for this. Probably best to know that this is gonna fucking destroy me before I watch it. Um, yeah, that's rough. Okay. Um, the viewers are pretty. They're telling me that there's 0 viewers right now, but I know that that's not true because people are chatting. But it does feel like the stream has kind of hit the end of its momentum a little bit, and I think I'll save the contemporary. You know, I think what's probably because the last few streams have definitely had lower like retention or whatever, and like the people who are watching are really enjoying it, but like, you know, in terms of like general audiences, I think this is maybe more a little bit more niche. But like, I think I'll do the letterbox update and like Blu-ray update, and so I'll do all that stuff first, and then we can transition to the commission reviews, just to kind of hopefully keep people on board, you know. um yeah, I think that's probably going to be the plan of attack going forward. um but for next week, we have you have to look forward to After the Thin Man, The Green Knight, Axum. What was the other ones? Satanico Pandemonium, La Tia Alejandra, and that episode of the TV show. That's all of those. Is there anything else I wanted to say about Young Hearts? I just loved it. Thank you, Dustin, for getting me to watch this because I was well, thanks, Dustin. I appreciate that. I wonder how many people actually watch the replay. I like to think that it holds up on the replay, you know? I like to think that it's still fun. Um, but thank you for being here and thank you for watching. Okay, now it says I have 5, so I don't know what's going on. But in any case, I think I'm kind of I did this 2 days in a row, and I think I'm a little bit at the end of my energy for today. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But yes, let me just say thank you, Dustin, for commissioning this. Please feel free to commission anything else that you want me to see, because like I have a very long 2025 list still at this point, and if I miss a live, I listen to the replay at work. That's awesome. Thank you. It's like hanging out with a friend. That's the vibe I try to go for. You know, I try to keep things casual and somewhat intimate so that it feels like we're just hanging out and having fun. You know. Um, but yeah, it's there's like 90 or 70 maybe films on my like 2025 catch up list, and I accepted that I'm not going to get to all of them, and I got to have the list up at some point that is reasonable. So it's good that it was good to have something to help me prioritize this. And I really loved it, and it's going to stay with me, and I'm going to think about it a lot. These characters are going to live with me for a long time. You know, that's how you know you have good characters, when it's like they feel like real people and they feel like people that you want to return to, like mentally. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really sweet and charming, and I'll definitely be recommending it to a lot of people. I feel like everybody in my life would like this movie. So, also, quick shout out to the fucking grandma or the grandpa in this movie. What a better world we would be living in if everybody's grandpa was like this, you know? Instead of the worst person on earth. If your grandpa was this great instead of the worst person in your life consistently, you know? That wasn't so true for like literally everybody. It'd be so nice, you know? It would just be so nice. So, that's that. All right. I'm going to run it back. Thank you. Yeah, everyone should watch Young Hearts. I agree. That's a blanket recommendation. If you like my videos, you'll probably like this movie, honestly. If you need something wholesome, if you're kind of like, man, everything sucks right now, and you want something that'll make you feel nice, that isn't like schmaltzy, check this shit out. All right, let's run back the tips. We've got, let me count it, because a lot of them came through personally. So I've got 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you, Steven. Thank you, Jeff. And Nosferatu, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. I'm running it back 3 more times. Thank you. Godzilla is very happy today. He's dancing. He's dancing as fuck. Okay? Let's go. Is that it? Is there one more? Okay, I think that's it. Cool. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, so just to recap, The Thin Man, 7 out of 10. Wonderful, wonderful pre-code Hollywood screwball detective story with great, I mean, for the time, but even for now, like great gender and sexual politics. Wholesome heterosexual romance. What a thing to behold. Alucarda is my new personality. I'm gonna be her for Halloween one year or some shit. Like, goddamn, a total fucking banger. Maybe a little bit murky and imperfect thematically, but in terms of vibes, in terms of images, in terms of quotes that I can sample, in terms of just the whole experience, the movie itself, fucking banger, 9 out of 10. And then Young Hearts, beautiful, tender, wonderful, queer coming of age story. Does it have a Blu-ray yet? Because it should. Altered Innocence should get on that shit. It might not be like fucking fucked up enough for them, but like I think it would still work. It's a nice, it's a nice movie. Actually, let me look this up real quick. But 8 out of 10 for me. It's gonna end up on my favorite films list. That's somewhere on it, because I loved it so much. UK Blu-ray. Okay. Yeah, let me pull this up. Wonder who put it out. Young. Okay, I see. Oh, there's a couple of releases of it. Okay. Peccadillo Pictures is not a label I'm familiar with. Is it a nice Blu-ray? Does it have good features on it? I don't even see anything for me to check. Yeah, it looks like it's got a Blu-ray in a few different countries that aren't here. Dutch Filmworks, that makes sense. In Germany, Salzgeber and Co. Sounds like a manufacturer of like baby food or something. Yeah, probably Peccadillo Pictures is the one you want. It's a great cover. It looks classy. It's got a cat. Holy shit. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I gotta share with the class. I know I said I was just gonna sign off like 4 times, but brother, look at this shit. You got a goddamn cat on the spine. This is a label to watch. Are they new? Peccadillo Pictures. 51 titles. Have I seen any of these other ones? Probably not. Oh, Stranger by the Lake. I love that movie so much. So they do gay shit. Okay. That's cool. I'm into that. They did Buddies. Okay, yes. So this is like the UK Altered Innocence. Tomboy, shout out Tomboy. Great movie. What is this? A White Day. I don't know about that. George Michael. Okay. So gay shit. Nice. All right. Sick. If there's any last minute chats, I'll catch up on that. It's pretty straightforward, but great transfer and just to have it, or just good to have it. Yeah, I was thinking, I think the visuals would bother me a little bit less if I was watching this on Blu-ray and not on a Plex stream, but what can you do? All right, y'all, that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for all your commissions. I will see you next week, and we'll do it again. And remember, when Satan loves... Oh, wait, hold up. Unrelated. But Travis Scott is in the Odyssey? Wait, that's crazy. We got Tyler the Creator and now Travis Scott doing movies. It's kind of insane, but you know, I'm here for it. It'll make the worst people on earth mad, so I'm about it. White Day, don't know about that. Yep, that's not so sure about that one. Anyway. Alright, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I love you all. See you next week. Peace out. And remember, especially this week, remember that Satan loves all of her children.